Hey Flosstube, it's Kate, the Queen of Starts, and it is Friday, February, it's not January, it is February 9th. You think I know this. Yeah, no, I don't. Sorry, the dog, of course, I hit record, so the dog's barking, always. So I'm here after, I guess it's closer to 3 weeks. I was really aiming for a week didn't happen. So I was aiming for 2 weeks, that didn't happen either. But I'm here before 3 weeks, so that's something. I don't know what the dog's barking at. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing great, having a fantabulous stitchy week and lots of fun plans for the weekend. So, got my computer here, so I'm going to close that out. I talked the teenager into watching the toddler for a little bit so I could throw together a hot mess of a video. Like y'all expect anything else from me, right? So, first off, there's junk in my glasses so I can't see. Now the dog wants in. Can you let the dog in, please? Sometimes I wonder what it's like to make videos in a quiet house. Anyway. Okay, so I threw some stuff together. Most of this was somewhat organized, and then I had to move something out the other day, and it got all messed up, and I don't care. I don't think y'all care either. So, Rupert's here. He's hanging out with me. So, he's keeping an eye on things. I told him he had to sit where I could see him so he wouldn't fall asleep on me again. All right. So, thank you for all the welcome back messages. That always makes me smile. And the nice compliments on my hair. So, didn't do anything with it again today, which is odd because I actually went out today. But today was a really good day. It was a really long day, but it was a really good day. I got work done in the morning, and then I went and took the girls out for the day, and we just enjoyed ourselves, which was long overdue. We haven't done that in a while. Most of the time when we go out, it's to the post office and the grocery store. So we just went and we had a great time. And came home and did some more work and some stitching and watched some Flosstube. Great day. Should never look at the camera because now I don't care. I'm not going to look at the camera. Anyway, questions. I had some questions on my last video, so I wanted to cover those real quick. Kathy Morrison asked, the Ada you buy by the yard, does she carry different counts? Did I hear you right? It's a Facebook account. Is it Ritarene? Thank you. She does carry different counts. Some of these I answered in the reply, but I figured other people might want to know the answers too. So, or maybe the person didn't see the reply. I don't always see the reply. But anyway, yes, the lady I buy it from is Ritarene, and I'm gonna try to remember to put the link in the description. But it's a Facebook page, not a group. And it's Ritarenes, Ritarenes, Ritarenes cross stitch fabric. And fabulous lady. I love her. Hands down. Love to buy my Ada from her. And I usually buy 14 count, but I have a lot of 18 count I got from her too. She does have some 28 count, even weave, some linen, but can't remember if she has any 16 count. She might, but she does have different counts. And Joy Campbell asked, do you stitch in hand? I do. I'd say like 90% of the time. It used to be a lot higher. I do have a lap stand. It's one of the PVC lap stands that Pam, it was there and then it was gone. Pam Reed did a fabulous tutorial on, and hubby made me a PVC pipe lap stand. I do use that once in a while. And I did recently start using very small 6x8 Q-snaps for 2 projects. But the rest of my stitching is done all in hand. I don't use hoops. I don't use Q-snaps for everything. I don't use frames or stands, or that's it. Like I said, I have a couple of small Q-snaps, but they don't come off the project and move from project to project. I leave them. They're my Q-snap carry projects. So we're getting in the car. They're my travel project. I grab it because it's in a little, like one of those little project envelopes. But yeah, I put it in there. The floss is in there, scissors, all that. I just grab the bag and go. So that's what I like about it. But I don't do that for everything. And metal scrapping chick. Kim, I think you did. I think you had asked, are you No Name Needle Minders? Yes, No Name Needle Minders is my shop. And I think I answered your questions. Congratulations. I know you won the gift card from Fabrics by LJ for my shop. And yeah, anytime you're ready to order needle minders, you just let me know. All right. Loved Darla. Loved that my shirt. It's hilarious. My purple shirt I wore in the last video. It's an owl on the shirt in glasses. But seriously, from now on, I cannot see anything but Rupert in glasses. Think about it. Y'all, next time you see me in that shirt, you're going to see Rupert in glasses. Because, yeah, from now on, that's all I can see. But it's true. It's very true. But yeah, my purple shirt, owl shirt, looks like Rupert in glasses. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Yeah, make sure for Ritarene, one word. Same with my shop, No Name Needle Minders. The no name is one word. So Ritarene, same thing, one word. Making sure. Can't remember if there was any more. What is the contact information? Lady M Crafts asked, what is the contact information for dyeing for cross stitch? And that is another Facebook group that I will try. Am I at the bottom? I am. That I will try to remember to put in the description. And but yeah, it's Dyeing for Cross Stitch, DYEING, Dyeing for Cross Stitch. It's a Facebook group. Kathy, I can't remember Kathy's last name. Her name's Kathy. She posts new fabric every Sunday. It's fabulous. Ooh, she started doing flosses too. Not that I've been looking. No. Trying to be good. All right, and Betty, oh, I'm going to butcher this. U-L-A-N, Yulin. I'm sorry if I messed that up. Anyway, do you stitch in hand? I notice none of your fabrics have any folds or wrinkles. Yes, they do. They really do. I do stitch in hand, but my fabric is plenty wrinkled. People ask me all the time, how does it not get wrinkled? It really does. It just doesn't show up on the camera. I don't know why, but it really does get wrinkled. But yeah, I try not to fold my fabric, I guess. I usually try to roll it and hold it in my hand is how that works. So I try not to fold it. Sometimes I have to, especially when I have, I'm working on a Haid or I'm working on, generally Haids, but any kind of big piece of fabric. I try to roll it versus fold it. I have held it together with needle minders, just to keep it out of the way. All right, I think I got everybody's questions. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I will do my best to put the links in the description of this video. For Rupert has a random needle stuck in his horn. Yep. He's good for holding all kinds of stuff. Yes, his belly's a pincushion, but I felt the need to stick that needle in his horn. He's very handy. Anyway, stay. Don't you fall asleep on me. Stop it. Anyway, I have lots of pretty stuff to show you, as always. Lots of starts, lots of whips. Yeah, lots of whips. I do have Happy Mail. I didn't have Happy Mail. Okay, when I was first planning to do this video 2 weeks ago, I only had one little thing of Happy Mail. And I've gotten a couple other subscription items that have come in. And then I bought some stuff. So I'm over budget I was good for January. I stayed within budget with my finishes. I was within budget. I'm over budget for February. So my goal over the next 3 weeks, not quite 3 weeks, February short, is to have several finishes so I get back in the black. I gotta staff eBay. I really do. And Haid had a sale. Yeah. Okay, Flosstube's not helping either. Just saying. Barbie, you know who you are. Pedal pusher. She puts out the darn cutest charts, and then she shows them all stitched up and pretty on her videos, and yeah, you're killing me, girl. Okay, starts. Okay, start so far. Like I said, this video is a hot mess. All my videos are, but it's all right. Some of these aren't even in bags. I am so not prepared. It's okay. See, the reason I decided to throw it together at the last minute, like I do most of the time, is because today's the first day of the Stitch Olympics challenge. And so I was watching a lot of Stitch Olympics videos earlier. And I was like, oh my goodness, I have all my projects picked. They're not pulled out of the boxes yet, but they're picked. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to have all these whips for the next couple weeks. I got to get my pile down a little bit. You know, I don't always want to have a 2-hour video. Anyway, that was it. That was why. Oh, let's not put magnets near the computer. That's not a good idea. Okay. Today's start. Today's start is by Prairie Schooler. Just working backwards. These are mostly in order, kind of, sort of, not really. No. And, anyway. Doesn't matter. All right. Today's start is by Prairie Schooler. And it's this book called One for the Crow. And I started this one right here. Both of these are going to be on the same piece of fabric, which is really cool. I'm going to show you in a minute. It doesn't look like it's the same piece of fabric, but it is. Anyway, I started this one. Probably start that one tomorrow. But the little crow ornaments. So this is 28 count Jobelin in Melted Crayons. Best name ever. By Ship's Manor. So this is the one I started today. And coincidentally, this is also for the first day of the thread hanging. For the first day of the Stitch. No. I'm getting this confused. I keep messing up the name. Stitch Olympics is the event over in Cross Stitch It's Fun, which we're just counting stitches. Thank heavens. The one in Stitch Mania is just the Winter Olympics challenge. But if you hear me say Stitch Olympics, that's what it is. Most of it's Mania. Anyway. But for the Mania Winter Olympics, Sal, it was, for the opening ceremony, it was work on your newest start or start something new. Come on, what am I going to do? I'm going to start something new. Remember what channel this is? Anyway, so here it is, and I worked for an hour on it. My goal for the Winter Olympics challenge is to try to work on each day's theme for an hour. Hopefully, I can get a Winter Olympics video made. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so, but I did work on this for an hour and got a good start on his wing right here. It's this wing right there. So, let's see all those pretty colors there in this piece. And this was a fat 1/8. So, but my needle binder is Ravenclaw from Stitchy Time Creations. Crow, raven, same family, different bird, same family. But tomorrow's, check it out. See? Isn't that pretty? The blues and the greens. That was the same piece of fabric. Anyway, that's for tomorrow's start. That'll be on the next video. Day before, yesterday. Yep. I started. Here's the book. It is Little Fantasy Teapots from Cross My Heart. Aren't those so cute? I love them all. I love them all. I probably spent 20 minutes trying to decide which one I was going to start first yesterday. So I went with, I'm looking for a better picture, but there isn't one. I went with this one right here. This is the Birdhouse Teapot. So that's the one I started yesterday. And it's on 28 count Lugana in Woodland from Fiberlicious. Pretty green. So I have the entrance to the birdhouse and then the start of the side of the birdhouse there. And my needle minder is Little Bitty Dizzy Bird from the Everyday Stitcher. Day before, I don't have a picture. It's by Amazing Cross Stitch on Etsy, or if you go to their website, I think it's Pixel Power. I don't know why they have two separate names, but they do. But it's a quote from Albert Einstein that says, "There are two things that are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the former." I love that quote. I'm sorry. I just do. Because, yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's just a quote and then a little bitty Einstein standing underneath. But this is from Ship's Manor as well. This is Summer Spirit, I think. One of these days I'm going to get my act together and have my notes in front of me. But yes, 28 count Jobelin in Summer Spirit. Hold still. So there we are. The start. Some of the words. It has all of, I think it might have 4 colors, and 3 of the colors are in Einstein himself. So everything else is black. So I thought it would be good on this fabric. My needle minder says, "I'm surrounded by idiots." That's Scar's quote, of course. And I got that from Minding My Minders. And I've been trying to find that image sheet on Etsy because I think that's so cute, but I can't find it. All right. All right, this is the point where I think they're all kind of discombobulated. That's all right. Okay. Next up, Q-Snap project. Okay, this is the second Q-Snap project I have. I have another one going. I don't have in with me because I was going to show you I have actually worked on it a little bit. It's not here. It's in my travel bag in the other room. Anyway, so yes, this is a 6x8 Q-Snap. It's an 8x8 and a 6x6 cobbled Frankenstein together. And my grime guard, it's Snoopy. Got this from Brenda's Minders and More. Anyway, this is another stray needle. Hold that, Rupert. Thank you. It'll be nice to put it in his belly. This is another electronic pattern off of Etsy. And it's actually a quote from Galaxy Quest. Love that movie. And never give up, never surrender. But what's really cool is it's also a Mario chart. It has the Venus flytrap flowers. And yeah, really cool. But really bright colors, green and white, and this brilliant orangish red, which is 608. Really pretty. And I said, oh, that's going to look so nice on a dark background, on a blue. So this is 16 count. Okay, so yeah, Ritarene does have 16 count because that's where I got this. 16 count Navy EDA. So got the word up done and started to do the N for never in Never Surrender. And my needle minder says Fibro Fighter, and that's from No Name Needle Minders. It says never give up, never surrender. That's what we say every single day, several times a day, several times an hour. Anyway, been a long week. Got a lot done, but it's been a long week. Oh. And my dear husband, who had a meeting last night, didn't get home till 11 and is going to the boat show tonight. Won't be home till probably, well, the boat show closes at 8 or 9. Anyway, he'll be home late. I am not ditching him with the kids tomorrow. We're going to have a family day, whether he likes it or not. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He has been fantabulous this week, as always. Not always, but, you know, he does a lot. He does way more than a lot of husbands would with the amount of hours he works helping with the kids in the house. And, you know, he can walk in the door and tell instantly if it was a good day or a bad day. And no matter how tired he is, he just jumps right in. So I got to keep her there. All right. Next up, this is a bigger piece. Most of mine are fairly small this year, but I started this for my daughter Hope because this is one of her absolute favorite games right now. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. Hope I said that right. This is from used to be Tiny Needle. I can't pronounce it. Kiokiz on Etsy. Used to be Tiny Needle. But if you put in Five Nights at Freddy's cross stitch on Etsy, you'll find it. I don't remember. I know this is Foxy. That's the only one I can remember because that's Hope's favorite. And I think this is Freddy. I think. I don't know. It's her piece. So I told her I'd stitch it for her. And this is 18 count Sage Ada from Ritarene's. But there we go. And that's the start of Foxy there in the middle. That's part of his mouth and his nose. Yeah. And his belly. And my needle minder says Evil Genius. And that's from Brenda's Minders and More. No way am I going to get that done by her birthday in April. But it could be a Christmas present. Okay. Next up, started a few of my Mill Hill kits recently, which is good. Hate separating floss though. Oh my goodness. Can I pay someone to separate the floss for me? I hate doing that. It's nice everything's together, but ugh. Anyway, this is one of the owlets. I try to say owlet because we watch a lot of PJ Masks in my house. Owlets. Okay, and this is Tango. I think there's 6 of them. I have 2, so I need to get the other 4 eventually. So, but there we go. I got all the purple stitched. And my needle minder is a little cute owl from the Everyday Stitcher. And keep an eye on my time. Okay, next up. This is another electronic chart. This is, I was just in a mood to start another full coverage, but I tried to go with a small full coverage. This is by Artisy. It's a bookmark. It's Celtic 10. They have numbers. I think it's Celtic 10 bookmark. It was one of their free charts. You know, once a month they do 2 free charts. But this was one of them at some point. And it's really pretty. There's lots of black, and then there's 3 shades of green. Just a beautiful, beautiful, and I'm actually going to turn it into a bookmark. This is 18 count antique white Ada. But started on that. I'm going to stitch all the black. I think I'm going to stick with the 3 greens, but I'm not 100% sure. That's why I went with all the black first, because I'm like, I may change it by the time I'm done. And I have a wooden clover needle minder from, her name is Jen, and she's fabulous. Delicious Threads. There it is. Delicious Threads. All right. Next up. This was a direct enable. Someone stitched this chart on Mania and showed the finished product. And I went immediately on Amazon and got the book. This is from the chocolate, it's by Count on Cappy, and it's called Chocolate Mousse and Other Kitchen Capers. And they're all puns. So we have chocolate mousse, of course, and we have my favorite, my absolutes that I'm going to stitch are Pigs in Blankets. This one here, Wild Rice. Pickled cucumber, chocolate mousse, and then the one I started, deviled eggs. So darn cute. Anyway, this is on 28 count Jobelin in Pink Dahlia. I know I picked this up at my LNS, but I don't remember who the Who made the fabric? Might be Witchell. I don't remember. Anyway, but I know it's Pink Dahlia. So here we are. And there's the start. That's the bottom of this little egg here. Yeah, like his bottom part there and his leg. So, deviled eggs. So cute. And my needle minder is a Chef Snoopy from True North Needle Minders. Rupert, hang on to those. Don't let those fall over. Okay. Next up. Okay, these are from, they're just pages. So, but the dates are, here we go. Just Cross Stitch December 2005 is where these are from. These are stained glass ornaments. And I started the first one, which is this one. That one right there is what I started. Now it calls for DMC Light Effects black for all of the black lines. I said that's not going to happen, but I didn't want to use just regular black. Didn't have any black Kreinik in my stash, so I went with kind of a silvery black, which is Kreinik 011 HL. I love the high luster Kreinik. And these are all on, or they're all going to be on, because I'm going to stitch all 6. 14 count white Ada. And there we have the start of ornament A. See, that's the top right there. So, and then I have a blingy red needle minder from Nessa's Needle Minders. I know that was February 1st. Don't remember. The rest of these are probably out of order. That's okay. I know this one was February 1st because it's the Nora Corbett 12 Days of Christmas, the 2 turtle doves. Because I'm starting this whole series this year. A different one on each first of the month. So I started the 2 turtle doves. Same fabric as all of them are going to have, which is 28 count Opal Lugana. Again, I think it's from Witchelt. I ordered it from 123 Stitch. So, there we go. I was really worried about this one. This one is almost exclusively Kreinik and beads. The only DMC is right down here and the 2 birds. So I was really worried it was going to be white on white. Ooh, it's close. Ended up being blue, so that's all right. Eventually, we'll have to stitch white on white. Oh, I wish the light could pick up. It is such a sparkly fabric. It's not showing it at all, but that's okay. But there it is, the start of the birds with some of the blue and 2 turtle doves. I have Lady and the Tramp from the Everyday Stitcher. This was another Mill Hill kit. My other Mill Hill Owlets chart. I have this one all in the original bag, not the big bag, so kind of tight still. Okay. Okay, so this is the Owlet Violet. I did all the red, and I think there are 2 little stitches of purple right there. And my needle minder is the cousin to the other one, so it's from the Everyday Stitcher. Next up, I need to cut this down. I double check my counting on it. This is from the, hopefully I didn't show that. This is from the Winter 2015 of Cross Stitch and Needlework. There's the cover. And it is the Hodgepodge Stockings. So all of these will fit on this one piece of 14 count antique brown perforated paper. I just need to cut it down. But there they are. And the one I started, I don't remember which one. I really don't. That's funny. Yeah, okay, I thought so. I started the lights one. I thought that was the one I started. But yes, I started the lights stocking. So again, it's on nothing to put behind this. 14 count antique brown perforated paper that I need to cut down. But there we have the top of the stocking. And I have a Mrs. Claus needle minder from Brenda's Minders and More. Okay. This looks like a big one. It's not. It's 12 little ones on one piece of fabric. Ritarene, I'm telling you. Bought 2 yards of smoke tone Ada, thinking I was barely going to have enough with, I'm bad at math, just letting you know, thinking I was going to barely have enough for the 2 Soda Stitch Fairy Tale Lands and the Christmas Rules and the Merry Christmas by the Letter. That barely took half of it. I still have a big old chunk. Anyway, so this is Lizzy Kate's really long piece of fabric. This is 14 count smoke tone. Really long piece of fabric. But it's going to hold all 12 of the Lizzy Kate Christmas Rules. See? All 12. So this isn't even a chart yet. This is the border at the top where it says Christmas Rules. So I started in with that, started stitching that. My needle minder is a Santa's Milk and Cookies from Brenda's Minders and More. So this will be, I haven't decided if I'm counting the border as a what's the word I want? As its own start and finish. Probably, because it's separate. And I know these are 12 charts, so that'll be 12 separate finishes. Eventually. 12 separate starts, 12 separate finishes. Eventually. Anyway, here we have another Mill Hill kit. This is Pumpkin Man. He cute. Love him. So, here we are. Started in on his orange body. And my needle minder is some leaves from No Name Needle Minders. Okay. Next up must be an electronic chart. Oh yes. If I wasn't recording on my phone, I'd look it up. I have the computer. If it hasn't died on me. Might have died. Anyway, this is a... Wake up. Alright, this is a free chart by Concaval Crosses. And love them. They have a lot of really great free charts. But it says Where would I put it? I was just looking at it too. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll eventually find it. My Dropbox on the computer looks a lot different than my Dropbox on my phone. So, oh, there it is. Okay. It's called Strong and Victorious Sampler. Like I said, it's by Kincavel Crosses, K-I-N-C-A-V-E-L, and Crosses, K-R-O-S-S-E-S. I'll put links, I promise. But it says, be strong when you are weak, brave when you are scared, and humble when you are victorious. And just 2 colors, 2 contrasting colors, which is why I really like their charts. They very rarely give you actual DMC numbers. They usually just say, they give you the chart and they say, okay, pick 2 contrasting colors, or pick a red, a green, and a cream. So I went with, well, first off, it's 18 count EDA from Under the Sea Fabrics in Goldenrod. Okay. And so I have, you can see the bee. I have brown and purple. So this is Toffee, I'm using Toffee from Fiberlicious for the brown. Most of it's brown. And I said, I think there's only a few words that are the contrast. It's a better contrast in person than it's showing up. But I started stitching the strong there. That is actually purple. There we go. It is Pickled Beets by Classic Colorworks. So that's that. And my needle minder is a little Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. And look, it's a little book locket. Isn't it cute? I love it. Nifty Needle Nannies is where I got that. All right, the last one I have in the pile. I think there's a couple more in the box, but last one in the pile. This is another electronic, and it's by Never Dying Poet on Etsy. And I don't want to look that up again, but it's called Chill Pill. Yep. Shouldn't have closed that. Something about taking my last chill pill. Yep, it's called Last Chill Pill. And it says, attention, I took my last chill pill this morning. You have been warned. I'm planning to put that up where my family can see it. Big pile about to fall. Rupert, hold that. Okay, so I actually stitched the chill pill part there in the center. And this is 28 count Jobelin in Chloris from Under the Sea Fabrics. There, you can see that a bit better. Little tiny letters. And my needle minder says, you can't scare me, I have kids. And that's from, ooh, that came up good. That's from True North Needle Minders. Okay, so that's what I have for starts. Except I think there's a few in the box, and that's okay. We'll get there. Hopefully fairly quickly. All right, first off, whips from last month that I finished working on for the month. For cross stitch, it's fun, the poetry challenge. For Robert Frost's The Road Not Taken, I stitched Forget Regret from Circus Stitches on Etsy. This was a new start last month. This is on another piece of that 28 count Jobelin in Chloris. Doesn't look like I got much. I got 2 letters of the word regret. But there's over 100 stitches in each of those letters. And not bad for half an hour a week. My needle minder says, your mistakes are what make you human. And that came from Nifty Needle Nannies. Oh, and I stitched the words in color and cotton eggplant. So, very happy with the progress on that. For Tour de Designers last month in Mania was Glendon Place. So I worked on Pumpkin Swirl. Got a lot done. Got a lot done on this. For me. I think I missed the last week I was supposed to work on it because I started working on it and I wasn't feeling well, so I was having a hard time keeping up with the chart. But this is 28 count Jobelin in lime from, well, I got it on 1-2-3 stitch. So, but there we go. Most of that I had, this tiny little section was all I had. So I got a lot done on it. And I've swapped out the colors. Instead of the called for dinky dyes, I'm using some Classic Colorworks and some water lilies. So my needle minders are from the Everyday Stitcher and Brenda's Minders and More. So I know that's Classic Colorworks in Falling Leaves, I think. Or Fall Leaves. Fallen was one of those. Yeah, Fallen Leaves is the color on that center part there. Okay, for the Princess Sal, I went with my very broad interpretation. My favorite princess is Belle. Beauty and the Beast is a French fairy tale. So I worked on Pretty Little Paris by Satsuma Street. So there we are. It's on 14 count Antique White Ada. All of the blue of the Eiffel Tower I did. I started to fill that in as well. And then I had finished some of the arches there. So very pleased with that. Got a lot done on that. My minder is a wooden Eiffel Tower from Minding My Minders. I know I'm going kind of fast even for me, but trying to be quick. These two saw a lot of work to the point where they've been moved to my finishes box. I'm going to try and get these finished up this year because I don't have a lot to go on them. This is Sunflower Santa by the Sunflower Seed from the 2016 Just Cross Stitch Ornament issue. It's on 18 count Ada from Dying for Cross Stitch. This was a new start in January for the Christmas all year round sale. So yeah, got a lot done. Whole lot done. The only thing I have to finish, I have the center of the sunflower. I have, there's like a brown line down his jacket, like for his buttons. There's some yellow sunflower on his coat. There's white cuffs on his sleeves. And then, of course, his beard and his eyes. The beard makes me a little nervous because I've never done colonial knots before. But I can do it. Anyway, hopefully he will be a finish soon. My needle minder is a North Pole sign needle minder from Brenda's Minders and More. The other piece I worked on that is almost a finish was for 50 Nifty, the 50 Nifty Sal in Mania. It was on your home state. Since I live in Texas, I worked on Tiny Modernist Austin. And here we are. It's on 14 count White Ada. The only thing I had done was the water And I think I had started the bridge. And I had this red building done and about up to here on the gray. So yeah, all of the letters, the boats, the cars, the rest of the bridge, the other half of this gray, this blue up here, all of the green. I've actually finished most of the colors in the chart. I think the only thing I have left is black and white. A little bit of orange left. But yeah, I have one orange building here. That's the only thing I have left on the orange. So really close on a finish with that. And my needle minder is Sassenach from True North Needle Minders. Okay. Moving on to the whips for this month. Let's slide this over. Stay there. This is my box. This is what I work out of. One of those little magnetic boxes that open up. But yeah, I keep this by my stitchy chair. So everything I have, I just pull out what I need for the month. So this month's Halloween piece for the Halloween sale is Ghosts. So I'm working on Quaker Ghost from Bent Creek. And this is on 14 count Ada from Fabrics by LJ. I'm trying to remember the name of the fabric, but I can't remember. I have to look it up. But it's a really pretty green. And so nice and easy pattern because it's just white. So I had this little section started. So I've done all this in the last couple times I've worked on it. And my needle minder is a Crow Raven from No Name Needle Minders. For the Princess sale this month in Stitch Mania, it's your favorite sci-fi princess or just a sci-fi princess. I really don't know a lot of sci-fi princesses, but I'm a child of the 80s, so Princess Leia is still my favorite, would still be my favorite sci-fi princess even if I did know a bunch. So I have the Star Wars alphabet from Clouds Factory. This is 22 count Ada from Fabrics by LJ in Moon Hollow, and I'm stitching this 1/1. So I started, this is the center, so I've only worked on this once so far this month. I had all of his outfit done, but I've been working on his face and the top of his head. This is the little guy that starts with the letter N. I can't pronounce his name and I can't remember his name. But he's the N, so I'm almost done with him. I'll move over to the M, and then of course L for Luke and Leia. My needle minder is a Yoda Hello Kitty from the Everyday Stitcher. All of my regular pieces are probably going to take kind of a back seat for most of the month because of the Olympics. Most of my stitch along pieces get an hour a week. They're probably going to get at least cut in half so I can keep up with the Olympic sale. Okay, for the Soda Stitch Fairy Tale sale, I'm working on Fairy Tale Land 1, and I'm still at the top there working on Hansel and Gretel. And this is on 14 count Smoke Tone, big piece of fabric. And I did actually, the last time I worked on this, finish all of the full crosses on Hansel. So when I work on this again, the only thing I have to do, there's a little patch of grass that he's standing on, then I can start doing all of his back stitching. So, but I did finish the full crosses on him. My minder is a Books typography from No More Lost Needles. I haven't decided if I'm going to do, so I finished him, So there's a little patch of grass that he's standing on. I haven't decided once I do the back stitching if I'm going to go over and do the tree and the candy down here, or if I'm going to move over to the gingerbread house next. Haven't decided. But once I do the house, I can move over to Gretel. Wrong file. Okay, tour to designers this month in Stitch Mania is Frosted Pumpkin. So I am working on, no, not the jungle one. I haven't started the jungle one yet for this year. It's cute though. I love it. No, this is, I think this was a sale before I started stitching again. But I bought it just as a chart. The Woodland sampler, which it's kind of laid out the same as the jungle animal sampler this year. But I would like to get as many of the frames done as possible this month. And let me tell you, it is hard. Not the frames are very easy. The animals in them are so darn cute. Okay, I finished the frame for August. Of course, I had most of it done already, but I had the bottom corner of the frame for August to do. And that little skunk is cute, okay? Well, then I moved over. This is the frame for September. I almost have that done. That little fox with the dandelions is oh so cute. Can't wait till I get to start on those animals. But borders first. Borders first. They don't like me. I love stitching them, but they don't like me, and I tend to make a lot of mistakes with borders. So, borders first. And this is 14 count Ada in spring green from Fabrics by LJ. And I swapped out the color. Can't remember what it called for, but I made it kind of just a darker gold or a lighter gold. It's dark in the actual chart. My needle minder is Fluttershy as Snow White from the Everyday Stitcher. Okay, this month for 50 Nifty states in Stitch Mania is your state flag. This is from Artisy, and this is a free design from them. This is free all the time. Sure, it's the last page in the pile. It's Mini Texas Flag. So this is on 14 count Smoke Tone Ada. And I have some of the blue and some of the red going. And my minder is a Texas Love needle minder from, I bought mine from Minding My Minders. But I did find that sheet on Etsy for no-name needle minders, so happy to find that one. That's why I know it's called State Love. But anyway, Mini Texas Flag for that. This is a stitch along I'm doing with my friend Linda. Every weekend we work on Alice in Wonderland from Dona Stitch. And here we have it. And I'm doing mine on 16. It is 16 count Ada. We were talking the other day, and she said, how come you say it's 14 sometimes and 16 the other? And I had to think about it, and I said, oh, that's right, it is 16. I remember 14 was it's a little tight on 14, so I went with 16. And yeah, that's why I went with 16. It's 16 count Ada that I dyed myself. So it's a real pretty kind of orangey sunshine color. Yes, this is mostly full coverage, but all this around the edges you'll see. So, but there last time I worked on her, I've been filling in the hat there and doing some more around the edges of the hat. So lots of red, white, and black lately. And my minder is some Disney Villains from Nessa's Needle Minders. Okay, till Thursday. Yes. Oh, so this weekend will be the last time I get to work on this. For the stitch along. But Cross Stitch It's Fun, their designer sales run from the 15th of the month to the 15th of the month. And I'll actually not be doing February's, only because it's from the Stitching Studio. And I had to look up the charts to begin with. And they're really pretty. But my LNS does not carry them. I would have had to order it. And I already went over budget for February from Stitch from Stash. So I said, no, I guess I'm just not going to do this one. But that's okay. I did January's. So that'll just give me some time on the weekend to work on the Olympic cells. But this is, the Stitch Rovia was the designer. The first designer from January 15th to February 15th. So this is 14 count Yellow Ada from Fabrics by LJ. So, and it is You Are My Sunshine. And this is a 3-part series by Stitch Rovia. Got a lot done so far. I had half of the orange done on this eye. So I finished the orange on the eye, did the other 2 shades, which is really cool because it makes it look three-dimensional. And I started the N. I'd like to finish the N this weekend. Again, these letters are huge. Hundreds of stitches. Well, not hundreds, but over 100 stitches in each letter. So take some time. My minder is Big Bird and Elmo from True North Needle Minders. Okay. Cross Stitch It's Fun. Their poetry stitch along this month is for the Maya Angelou poem, Phenomenal Women. And most people are doing the Fabulous Women in History cell from Clouds Factory last year. So I decided to be different. And I'm doing Well-Behaved Women by Lizzy Kate. Because well-behaved women seldom make history. Except this one says rarely make history. But I figure phenomenal women in history have been very rarely well-behaved. This is 18 count White Ada, and I had well-behaved women done. So worked on this last weekend and started on the word rarely. I'm stitching all of the words in Wild Berry Breeze by Carrie's Creation. And my needle minder says, and I got a lot of comments on this, it says, here's to strong women. May we know them, may we be them, may we raise them. And that's from Brenda's Minders and More. Foodie February in Stitch Mania. This is an oldie I've been working on for quite a while. Should have a finish this month though. Okay, this one I messed up. I don't know what I was thinking back when I cut this, but I cut the fabric way too small. So that's okay. I've adjusted it a little bit. This is 14 count Oatmeal EDA, and this is another chart by Concaval Crosses that's free. The border actually goes out to about here, and it would only leave me about half an inch, 3/4 of an inch on the side. And I said, well, I could stitch it, but I think I'm just not going to. So the border is a little fancier than what it calls for, but I'm not doing it. I'm going to, okay, I finished the border. Oh, by the way, sorry. The chart is called Hot Chocolate Liquid Heaven. And you can see I already have the cups done. I just have to finish the details inside the cup. I've started a little bit there. There's some steam coming out of the cups, and then the words Hot Chocolate Liquid Heaven. That's it. Okay, should be a finish this month. Now the border, like I said, this is the inside border. The outside border went out to here and had some filigrees here. Really nice. But I think I did this single border. I think I'm going to go out 2 stitches this way and just make it a double border. Same border, just doubled. So gives it a little bit more of a finished look, and I still have about an inch on each side. So love this. And my needle minder is a little cup of, okay, I think it's supposed to be a cup of coffee, but I'm calling it a cup of cocoa for this one. So Hot Chocolate Liquid Heaven by Concaval Crosses for Foodie February. Yeah, see, I'm still over an hour. But I'm almost done. Christmas. Stitch Along in Stitch Mania. This was a new start. And this actually gets to stay out with me right now because that's my next piece to work on. And it has the strangest name. Amazing Star. Not what I would have called it. So I had to double check it. But it's from the 2016 Just Cross Stitch Ornament issue. And it's really cute. It's just this wavy Christmas tree with a star on top. Because this month's theme is Christmas tree. So this is 28 count Lugana in Woodland. And I wish, yeah, my phone can't pick it up either. Well, this is my phone. Yeah, durr. See what happens when I try to hurry? I'm more of a mess than I normally am. But no, this is, it's a really bright green with a little bit of brown in it. So it's not coming through nearly as green as it is. So pretty. But there is the start of it. And I'm doing it, I think it's charted for DMC 503, maybe something like that. But I'm doing the entire thing in Peppermint from Carrie's Creation. And my needle minder is a Peppermint from, I think I got that at Brenda's Minders and More. That I'm not real sure on. Okay, I have not made any progress on Persuasion for the Jane Austen Stitch Along. I have been having a dickens of a time with the chart. It's not the chart. The chart is gorgeous. I love Deborah's charts from Tempting Tangles. It's me. If you have any ideas, let me know, okay? It's this beautiful chart. I have the digital copy, bought it from Etsy. The center of the chart, which is the book for Sense and Sensibility, which I'm enjoying the book. Been listening to the book. The book is across 4 different pages. It's right in the middle, and like I said, it's on all 4 pages of the chart. Could not follow it digitally. Okay, I tried. Could not figure it out. By the time I scrolled down from one page to the next, I'd forget where I was. And I've tried the digital marking things, and I can't get it to work. Remember, this is me we're talking about. So I printed it out first, and I couldn't figure out where the 2 pieces met up. So I tried cutting it out and trying to put it together. Couldn't get that to work. I don't know what to do. I love the chart. I have the floss and I want to stitch it, and it irritates me. So anyway, it hasn't seen the light of day since I started it, which irritates me more. Okay, my other big project I'm working on. Water under the bridge on that one. Anyway, my other big project is, this is for Full Coverage Fanatics by the Numbers. And there's another one it's for. Oh, Ultimate Cross Stitch Every Day Counts. And got to work on, I've been working on this today because for Stitch Olympics in cross stitch, it's fun. A stitch is a stitch when you're counting. So this is in half stitch. So normally for the other counting challenges, I have to do 2 to count as 1 stitch. 1 counts as 1. For a cross stitch, it's fun. So, yep, that rhymed. I'm a dork. Anyway, this is a walk through the Highlands. Oh, see, now it shows up on the camera. When you see it in person, you can't quite see. Well, now you can with the light. Yeah, I just started. I was very excited. I got to pull out another shade of gray recently. Still loving the diagonal stitching method. So this is 2/1 half stitch on 28 count antique white Monaco. So I've done a couple hundred stitches already today on this. So just loving it. And I should have a page finish on this month. So my needle minders are both from Nifty Needle Nannies. We have Lallybrock and we have Real Men Wear Kilts. Okay, really quick. really super quick because I'm over an hour and I didn't think I'd be here that long because I can't shut up for 5 seconds. Okay, Happy Mail. No more lost needles. I got some needle minders. Pretty Rose, Santa Claus, Queen Bee. Don't even have all my needle minders. Anyway, got my floss. This has a story. My postal system lost the first package. This is from Trisha at 3 Owl Threads. She's so sweet. I love her. Trisha, I love you. Darling, you just, she's fantastic. Y'all should order from her. Anyway, she has a Floss of the Month club. She sent my first shipment of Weeks Dye Works, and it just disappeared. It just kept saying tracking. No idea when it'll get there. So she sent me another set, and it arrived. Yeah, in like 2 days, like it was supposed to. Postal system, thank you so much. I did receive the second package, finally. So it was like a week later after I got this. Looked like it had been through the ringer. Got stuck in a machine somewhere, I think. Anyway, I'm sending it back to her. She says, keep it. But I love her, and I want her to have her floss back because she's so sweet and sent me this. I'm sending her reminders too because I can't. Because I love her. Anyway, not going to go over the colors, but I got my first 10 colors from Trisha for her Floss Club, Weeks Dye Works. I'm very excited about this. She's sending them alphabetically, so I got A's. I think they're all A's. So, don't have a lot of Weeks floss. Pretty colors. Okay, that was that. What else do I have here? Okay, these were my eBay findings. I went on there to find a Linda Myers chart. Did I find it? No. What I found was a whole bunch of trouble. To be fair, okay, I keep telling myself this. I spent $25, I think, total. Because it was $12 for one, $1 for another, and a couple dollars for another. Seriously, that was it. But still, got into trouble. Okay, so this is Linda Myers Picket Fence Seasons in Patchwork. Isn't that adorable? I have seen it finished just like this at a county fair. And as soon as I saw it on eBay, I said, oh, I have to have that because I've been looking for that forever. So I bought that. This was one I was looking, I don't remember what I was looking for, but this was another one that came across my screen. It's an alphabet. It's so cute. It's a Christmas alphabet. It's by Fancy That. And it's called ABCs of Christmas. And I just love that each letter is individually stitched. And they made them into little pillows, which I can't do. But absolutely adored that. This was a set. It came with some craft books that I really don't want. So I will be passing those on. I'm not going to show them right now. But like I said, I paid $1 for this lot on on eBay. And it was for these 4 booklets that I did want. So I was very happy with it. This is Diane Arthur's Gone Fishing. There's Santa. He's gone fishing. And then we have Fishing Season and Good Catch Today. So, always looking for fishing charts. This is Cabin Fever by the City Stitcher. We have the sampler here, and then we have Cabin Fever. This is going to be a bear to stitch because it's got some crazy funky quarter stitches and 8th stitches, and anyway, but it's so cool looking. This is by Sisters and Best Friends. It Must Be Saint Nick. And I like these charts, but I don't think I'm going to use the buttons. The buttons just look kind of clumsy and in the way. But it says, there's snow, place like home, and it must be Saint Nick. 2 cute little charts there. And this is by Fancy That, called Bright Christmas. May all your Christmases be bright. And this last thing was, it was a lot. It was $12, no shipping, for 12, count them, 12 Told in a Garden charts. I know I have a couple of these, so those will be passed on as soon as I figure out which ones I have. I know I don't have most of these, but I think I have 2 of them. Gotta double check. I have the Barn Raising. What's this called? My Quilt. Simple Gifts. Can't really see that one, it's a little dark. Amish Quilt Sampler. Home of a Quilter. This is the one I think I have. Grandfather's Barn. Under the Orchard. Blueberry Homecoming. Song of My People. This is the other one. Song of a People that I think I have. Amish Wedding. Raspberry Homecoming. And Schoolhouse Sampler. So, still a good deal. Okay, that's it for me. Hour and 10 minutes, because I probably had 2 hours worth of stuff, but talked really fast. Hopefully you were able to keep up. I am going to make sure I get the links up to all of these various things. Might be a little bit, though. Got to upload the video. Got to get dinner made. 7 o'clock. Hubby probably is not going to be home for at least another 2 hours, at least, if not more. Probably 3, 4. Anyway, that's okay. I got to clean all this up anyway. Hope you enjoyed. I will pull all my stuff for the Olympics tonight, and I'd like to watch the Olympics. Not asking too much. Okay, that's all. Hope you have a fantabulous weekend if I don't see you again, and